something that can be very, very difficult for us that are here on earth when somebody dies is thinking that the person that has died is exactly the same in the afterlife. So you've got a vision of somebody, you know, when they're alive, you know their personality, you know how they thought about things, you know how they acted on things, you know how they looked, you know the impact they had on your life, the interactions you had with one another, the communication you shared with one another, whatever role they played in your life. That's how you remember them. So there's this concept that when they have died, they are, because movies, you know, movies make people think in their mind that, if you think of the movie for a minute like Ghost, where Patrick Swayze steps out of his body and he's still Patrick Swayze. He looks the same and he's acting the same. He's running around still, trying to chase the person that just killed him. So those kind of movies, or which there's a lot of them like that, they kind of put this concept into the mind that when somebody dies, they look the same as they did when they were alive, because that's what our human self wants to formulate. Like we want to, it's really, really difficult to just think that our loved ones as we know them are just a ball of energy, because our human mind, it can't make that concept, can make that connection. So I get questions a lot like, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing in the afterlife? It's kind of like, if our life is still going on here, our life is still moving around, I'm still going to work, or I'm still driving the car, or I'm still looking after children, or I'm still having to, eat the meals, cook meals and whatever. We're still doing stuff in a physical world. They're not in a physical world. They're in an energetic world. It's like air. Imagine all this air that's around me. You can't see the air. You look at things, but you don't look at the air in between the things. So you imagine, like, if energy is like air. It's there. It's everywhere around, but you can't see it. But you can feel it. If somebody blows on your face, you can feel air. If the wind's blowing outside, you can feel air. When you step outside in the sun, you can feel warm air, but you don't see it. And that, I think that's one of the hardest things for the concept of the mind. We're looking for something and we want to think that they are on the other side. Like I've heard people say, oh, they'll be up there having a party, or they'll be up there with Uncle Fred and Auntie Joan. Yes, their souls are together, but they're not in a physical, how they are as we remember them in a physical sense. And a lot of times I also hear people get frightened, and I can understand this. Somebody that, especially with somebody that's lost a child, they're frightened that their child is alone and that there's no one there to care for them. Because while you're here and you have a child, you take it upon yourself to be the carer of that child. And if, even if your child got to the age of, 18 or 19 or in the early 20s and they said they were traveling overseas, you would be worried about them, but you would still let them go, because you know they're going to come back and you know where they're going. When they pass, you don't know where they're going. You don't know where the energy is. You don't know the field of energy that they're in. And that's the frightening part for those that are living, is the I don't know. I don't know where they are. And I don't know if they can hear me, or I don't know if they can see me, and I don't know if there have got other souls with them. It's that not knowing that's the fear for the human that's alive. And for people that have practiced a lot of spiritual work and who meditate a lot and find that connection, when you find that connection to the higher self, when somebody does die, you have more of a sense that they're okay, that they're just here, they're still around me. And that's why children find death more accepting than adults, because children just know that there's still, the energy is still here, right here. But over the time, adults kind of get it drummed out of them for some reason, or they lose instinct, they lose the ability to just know, and then there's fear. And I think movies have made that hard for people to sort of get a concept of what it's really like. I know when I was dead, my physical body was dead and I was out of my body, I knew I wasn't dead. My soul was very much alive. And I also knew I was connected to everybody that was living, and I was connected to everybody that had already passed. All their souls were there. No one is alone. Nobody dies and their soul returns and they're alone. There is not one soul that is alone. They don't get stuck anywhere. They can leave residual energy here. Residual energy, I've talked about that before. Residual energy can be left in places. If I was a extremely negative person, and no matter where I went, I was grumpy, I complained a lot, and I had a very powerful presence of negativity, I can leave blobs of that wherever I go. That can stay here on earth for people that are in the physical world to feel it. But my soul still returns to a place of love, and there is millions of other souls there. So if you think of the particles of air, how many particles of air are around me? You got no concept of how many are there. They're all connected. They're constantly moving. They're going through me. I inhale air so that those particles go into me and then they come out again, and they're constantly moving. That's what energy is like, and that's where your loved ones are. And it is a feeling. It's not something you see with your physical eyes. It's a feeling. What I'm going to try to do is I do a lot of meditations, and I do them for my members. A lot of my members get to experience my meditations. I don't particularly just put them out there for everybody. And I've been thinking about this for a while. I'm going to create a meditation and take you, if you give yourself time, put some earphones in, take you to a place where they are. And I'll see if I can get you there, so that you've raised your vibration, they can lower their vibration, and you can meet for a while. So I'll put that up next, but you'll need a fair bit of time in a place where you've got the time to relax to do this, and you need to go deep. Get yourself into a relaxed position. You can either lay down on the bed or be sitting in a chair, as long as you just feel relaxed. And uncross everything. Make sure your feet aren't crossed over or your arms aren't crossed over. Just allows energy to flow through you a lot easier when nothing is crossed over. Now, I want you to, with your eyes, I want you to look at the ceiling with your eyes like you're trying to look at your eyebrows, and just keep your eyes up and keep your eyes up and keep them up. Keep them up as high as you can go until you start to feel your eyelids fluttering. And this will force you to want to close your eyes. Close down your eyes, and then I want you to focus on your breath. With your first breath that you take in, take a really, really deep breath, feeling the air going all the way down into the pit of your stomach. Don't just fill your lungs up. Feel like there's air going right down to your belly button. And also up to your third eye. It's like this shaft of air. As you inhale in, it's going from the top of your head down to your belly button, as well as your lungs. It's really filling you up with air. And as you release this air with a huge sigh, I want you to drop your shoulders and just let your body relax. take another deep breath in, and then you're seeing this air going from your third eye area. It's like energy. This air is like energy. As it comes into your body, as you inhale it in, you're drawing this energy in from your third eye area down to your belly button, back up again, through your lung system, and out. And do it again, because the more you breathe, the more relaxed you are, the more receptive you are to allowing yourself to float. Another deep breath in, filling you right up, and then release. Now I want you to imagine that you're walking along a path and you can't see anything around you because there is just fog, but it's colourful fog. You can see colours in the fog. It's not doomy and gloomy, it's not grey and black or anything like that. It's this light fog, but it's got colours. You can see little bursts of colours as you walk through this fog. And it starts to clear, and as it starts to clear, you can see a staircase. Your staircase will look just how you want it to look. Some people see a wooden staircase, some people see a winding one, some people see one that goes straight, some people see one with no handrails, some see one with handrails. Whatever you see is right for you. And at the top of this staircase is a door. So I want you to go up the staircase, come to the door. When you open the door, there'll be somebody there. This is not somebody that you know. It's not a loved one. It's like a guide. It's somebody that looks after this waiting room area. I want you to speak through your mind. You don't have to speak out loud. You're not using your mouth. You're using telepathy. I want you to say through your mind to this person who you are there to see. Say, I've come all this way because I want to visit, and give the name or names of the people that you want to see. And this guide will then instruct you to go and sit in a waiting area. You'll find yourself in a room with nothing else, just chairs. There's just chairs there. It's like a little room. And in this room, this is allowing the guides to work out what energy level you are at. Because you are frequency, and you have a certain frequency that's radiating from you. And they need to go then and find your loved ones and help your loved ones to match your frequency. This is why it's quite often very difficult to just connect with them, because your frequencies are on different levels. But this guide is going to help understand your frequency and then help your loved ones match the frequency so that you can match one another. So this is why you are sitting in a waiting room. Your guide has gone to gather your loved ones, whether it's one person or many. And they are gathered to the left of a hallway. There is a door. You can see another door in this waiting room. You can't go through there until you are invited to go through there. And on the other side of the door is a passageway. And all your loved ones are on the left of this passageway. They're waiting. They are being instructed about what frequency they have to come to. They have to shift their energy into a frequency that will match yours. This is why you'll be kept in the waiting room. This guide comes back through the door and asks you to come through. It's exciting, isn't it? You can feel the energy building because you know you're going to be with your loved ones again. As you walk through the door, they're there. On the left, just look to the left, there they are. They are so excited to see you. Who's going to come closest to you first? Some will come close, some will stand back. But using telepathy, you communicate with them. It's not your imagination. It is you using your higher self, using your consciousness, using telepathy to communicate with them. I'm going to stop talking just for a moment while you have a communication with them. They now show you what it's like. They're showing you how you can see everybody going about their day on earth. You can see people rushing past on their way to work. You can see people in the shops. You can see everything happening, but they can't see you. Your loved ones are showing you what it's like for them. They're showing you how they're in a dimension that is right parallel with your world, but it's just invisible. But both are operating at the same time. They are showing you how fast they can move. Blink of an eye and they can be miles away or back with you. They are showing you how they use their telepathy to communicate with you. They are showing you how to feel everything with your heart and not overthink things with your mind. They are showing you the colours. They might even show you, using it like a television screen, what's coming up. They might show you some words. They might show you some pictures of events they know are coming up. Watch the screen and let them show you what they know. They're telling you they don't miss you because they are always with you. They see you so much easier than what you can see them. Listen to them tell you how easy it is for them to see you, hear you, know what you're doing, and how hard it is for you to do that with them. Let them show you who they're with. Are they with relatives and friends from this life? Or are they with souls from previous lifetimes? Let them show you places they can't go yet. There are certain rooms, areas they can't go because their soul energy is not ready for that level yet. You see how you're communicating all through thought. You just know what they're telling you. You see how it's just so loving. Can you see also how beautiful it is? And you might have emotions you've still got because you're still connected by your golden thread in your human self, so you still feel emotions. And this might just feel so beautiful and so loving to you. The emotions are coming up out of pure joy, not sadness. It's pure joy. And now it's time to come back into your physical body. Go back through the door into the waiting area. Thank your loved ones. Before they close the door, just thank them so much, knowing you can come back here any time. It's not goodbye. You have access to this place any time you need to go there. Even though the door closes, it's just closing so that you can still come back to earth and function on a daily basis in a physical world. But any time you want to go and remote view and travel and astral travel and go back to this place, you can. You just need to give yourself the time to do it. From the waiting room, your energy is going to be adjusted again so you can come back through the door and down the stairs. When you come back down the stairs, you will remember everything you heard, everything you just know, everything you just experienced. You'll remember it all. And as you walk back through the foggy path, it's behind you and you're sort of walking into a clearing of what your life looks like today. You're seeing where you are, you're seeing your house, you're seeing the place you are, you're seeing things that are familiar, you're seeing family that are still here. You're coming back into the life that is you today, after having just had one of the most beautiful connections. And now you're back in your physical body, taking some deep breaths in, opening up your eyes. Give yourself a few moments just to gather your thoughts. Because what you've just done is astral travelled from your body into the dimension where your loved ones are. You've just stepped out of all the rushing thoughts that consume you and just gone to that place that is so loving and so peaceful. And you can go back there anytime. You can repeat this meditation, save it and repeat it and do it over and over. Or you don't even need the meditation. You can just put some relaxation music on, close your eyes, go up the staircase, through the doors, into the waiting room, wait for the guides to go get your loved ones and visit them any time you want.